Hey YouTube, this is your girl Bree. Welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is, he's your type, but is he Godsend? And I'm not going to get on here and give you guys a list saying, oh, you should look for this to determine whether or not this person is a Godsend. I'm not doing it. There's other YouTubers out there who will. But today we're going to be talking about just what it means to have a type and it be considered a curse versus a godsend. And I'm going to quickly share this story so it can make more sense to you, because a lot of times our type are familiar spirits who are sent by Satan to turn our world upside down. And we wonder sometimes why we're experiencing heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. A lot of times it's because of our type. I remember growing up having a type. I'm 4'11", and I remember my type being a man being 6'3" or taller. And muscular, all of the things. And I went about life for many years looking for that type, only acknowledging that type. I had a guy, a few guys that was, shorter, of course, showing interest, but I never took them serious because in my mind, he wasn't my type. And as I got older, I kind of, in a sense, let go of certain types of men. I thought I did, but I found myself marrying my type, being that he was over 6 foot. And of course that relationship failed. It wasn't just about his height. Clearly he wasn't a godsend, but yeah. So yeah, I remember, like I said, all of these years just focusing on my type. It wasn't as heavy as it was when I was younger, but still parts of me, looked at certain men, or whatever. And I remember when that marriage ended and all of the things, I remember telling myself that moving forward, I will only date white men. I dated a white man in college. So, it wasn't something that I was just doing, just brand new. But, yeah, it was just something different that I put in my head that I was going to try moving forward. And that, me saying that only came from a place of hurt, obviously. So, but I just want to share with you guys how powerful the tongue is. And I remember saying that. Didn't think nothing else about it after I said it. Went out looking for anybody. Because, of course, I'm not the type of person that jump from relationship to relationship. Like, I want to sit. I want to take some years off to kind of focus on healing and all of the things, right? So I said that without, the intention of, finding somebody white or just finding a man in general. But all of a sudden, I heard a white man just started showing interest in me. And it wasn't all at once. It was like one every month, I would say. And I didn't quite realize what was happening at the time, but it did start to frustrate me. And reason being is because, one, I wasn't in a place where I felt like I wanted to date. I didn't feel like God even wanted me to date because, I'm sitting, I'm gleaning from him. I'm allowing him to show me more of who he is, show me more about who I am and the calling on my life. So I'm like, why is this suddenly happening? And see, it would excite the average woman. Oh, wow, my husband must be on the way. Or, oh, wow, I manifested this. I didn't look at it like that. I knew it was a reason why that was happening. And it took one incident for God to show me why it was happening. So I remember going in Kroger one morning with my son. I tend to go to grocery stores early in the morning. because I just don't like traffic, a lot of people everywhere, and things like that. Yeah, I'd rather go in the morning. So I remember going one morning, and I was stopped by this young white man. Looked like he was probably late 20s, early 30s. He looked pretty young. He also had like his son with him. Looked like he was about 7 or 8 years old. But he was just staring at me, smiling, cheesing. I'm looking around like, okay, yeah, I don't know this man. Like, who is he smiling at? So I'm looking around, nobody else is around. So I asked him, I was like, hey, do you know me? And he was like, no, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I started naming places that he may have saw me at, like undergraduate, certain jobs I've had, even churches that I attended that, had a, nice little mixture of blacks and whites. So all of them he denied ever seeing me at, even ever attending. So I found that to be quite odd. So I didn't ask him again. I was like, well, you know what? I may have a lookalike out there, somewhere. So it's fine. You have a great day. And so I went on a different aisle. He came on the aisle again. It was like, oh, so what are the odds we meet again? I'm like, sir, you don't know me. Ain't no coincidence going on with you coming on this aisle. So I started to become frustrated. I decided to just head on out. I was like, you know what? I'll shop for the rest of the items a little later. Like, I'm just ready to go. I'm getting irritated. I'm ready to go. So I left. So I would say the following week, I decided to return at a different time to pick up the rest of my items. At that time, everything seemed to go well. I went, grabbed all of my items, checked out at the self-checkout, and I'm heading out the door. On my way out the door, I see this white guy staring at me. He was checking out at the cash registers. And I could tell he was staring at me, but I tried not to give eye contact. I kind of focused on my son, making silly faces at him and things like that. And so when I passed him, I overheard him tell the cashier, hey, you can keep the change. So in that moment, I was like, God, he's finna come after me. I just know it. I feel it. Like, God, please stop, intervene. If this is not my husband, like, please intervene. Like, I don't want to be bothered. Like, I just want to get my groceries and go home. I got to try to cook, meal prep, things like that. Like, I don't have time. So I continued to say that prayer. I picked up my speed. He apparently picked up his speed because all I heard was footsteps behind me. So my heart started racing in that moment. I was like, God, please intervene. God, do something, do something. And so as soon as we got outside the store, I heard this explosion of canned drinks. I turned around. The man had dropped all of his drinks. And when I stopped and stared, at the spillage or whatever, God told me, he's like, Bree, you asked me to intervene. I need you to go. I need you to get in your car and go. And so I jetted to my car. I tossed my son on the back seat. I got in there and I was out. And I remember just driving probably like a mile and a half ahead. And I stopped at this Regions Bank because that was supposed to be my next stop anyways. But I stopped and I just cried. And I was like, God, thank you. Thank you for stopping him. Thank you for intervening. Thank you for just answering my prayer. I said, but God, why is this happening? Like, why are these men who I know are not God-seen coming after me? And God told me in that moment, he said, Bree, you remember what you said? You remember when you curse yourself? Do you even remember? And I was like, God, what do you mean curse myself? Like, what have I done now? Like, what am I doing? And he said, you remember in your hurt and your brokenness and your ignorance. You remember when you said that moving forward, that if you was to date again, you will only date white men. And he told me, he said, not only did I hear you say that, but Satan heard you too. Just the devil being crafty, being so strategic and all of his things, So in an effort to get you off course, he sent the exact thing that you say you were looking for, or the exact thing that you say you will only accept. And that moment, I started crying harder because I didn't realize how I knew, with certain things, how powerful the tongue was. But I didn't really even think about it when I said what I said. And so I remember, long story short, I remember going on this fast and things like that and just reversing that curse and renouncing my type, because I think that's the thing that get a lot of people, male and female, in trouble. And I think it gets a lot of people confused on whether a person is a godsend or not, because they manifest certain things with their words. And they start to attract that certain thing that they manifest, and they automatically think that God sent it or sent that person. And a lot of times that's not the case. And I think what gave me the advantage in that moment was going before God. Me seeing that pattern and going before God, it's like, okay, God, why is this happening? And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people say, oh, wow, this got to be God. Oh, let me just check him out, see what he's about, exchange numbers with the person. You don't even have to let it get that far. All you need to do is stand in the gap and stand firm in prayer and say, God, who is this? Why is this happening? God, show me, peel off the layers of this person and show me his heart. Show me his intentions, or even her, if you a male watching this video. But we have to get past that, our type, and we have to stop speaking certain things, because as much as you speaking it, Satan is hearing it. And because his goal is to steal, kill, and destroy, like he was in the very thing that you think you want in a man to distract you and get you off course. And so now I don't have a type. Now that I've reversed that curse, these type of guys do not approach me. Ever since I've decided in my heart that I wasn't going to sit up there and be word cursing to myself, like I haven't been approached by a white man since. And this happened probably like a year and a half ago when all of this was happening, but it no longer happens to me now. But I wanted to share this because we place curses on ourselves, and we don't even know that it's a curse. And it might not necessarily be with relationships, but it can be with poverty. I have a coworker that's always saying that she's broke. And it bothers me so bad, y'all, because she don't even know that she's cursing herself. The reason why she cannot make money or keep money in her pockets is because she's already cursing herself by saying she's broke. She don't even know how powerful her tongue is. She don't know what the curse that she just placed over her life and her family's life. She don't know. And that's why it bothers me so bad when I'm around people that's so negative and just, willingly say certain things. It's like, you have no idea what you just said. So I encourage you guys to reverse the curse, start speaking blessings over your life, over your situation. Like, get in the presence of God. Let God show you the mirror, show you the things that you have done over the years that have been a blood curse, a generational curse, a word curse, any type of curse. Even with like certain things that you have allowed your family members or friends to speak over you, you have the power to reverse that curse. If it's something that is negative, it's something that you feel like is hindering your progress in life, like you have the power to go before the Lord and reverse that curse. So I encourage you guys to get you a notepad out. Jot down anything that you have spoken over your life, anything that God did not say in his word about you, that you have spoken over your life out of ignorance, out of hurt, or out of whatever, or even if some things that others have spoken over your life, write those things down. Go and get into a position of prayer and fasting and renounce those things and see how different your life will be moving forward. So I hope this video encourages you. Until next time, stay blessed.